before you even begin to apply to college, the question comes, well, what college should I apply to? And to begin with, I think that it's almost like ordering something off of a menu. You got to think about what you want to eat. You got to think about your taste. So here, before we even think about applying to college, it's important to think about what you want out of college. Is a community college the right way to go? Is a four-year university the way to go? Do you want to go to the Ivy League? Do you want to go to a technical school? These are the sorts of questions that you should think about. What do you want to, what do you want, what kind of habits do you want to acquire in college? What are the things do you want to learn? These are kind of questions, and we have a lot of them in our guides to help you think through these things that are important for you to ask yourself, because at the end of the day, your college application decision will only be as good as the options that you've given yourself. In this, it's also important to think about what you don't want. So maybe you really don't want to be in a city. Maybe you really want to be close to home. Maybe you want to be far away. Maybe you want to be in-state. These are the sorts of things that are important. Within this, it's important to think about financial aid, which can be a factor for determining for many families where students go to college. Now, it's important to note, I think this, and we'll also note this in our financial aid section, that the sticker price of a college is usually not the price that you'll pay. So, for example, even in Harvard's case, which is it's above $60,000 a year to attend, for 95% of families within the U.S., it's less expensive to attend Harvard than it is a local public school. And that's through the financial aid that a lot of these colleges will offer. We'll talk about the different types of that in the financial aid section and in the guide. That was one of the big reasons, or one of the big factors that dictated my choice in college. So we wanted to make sure that we addressed that thoroughly. So check those out too. In addition, a great resource here is also reaching out to those in your community. So if you know someone who went to XYZ school, reach out, contact them. They'll probably be happy to talk about their school, and you'll learn a ton. Also, it's important to talk to people with schools that maybe you're not thinking about, but maybe you want just some more information on this. Things not to think about. So I think some stats are overhyped. I think the student to faculty ratio, colleges game this thing, I think, in a lot of different ways. So I wouldn't read too much into that stat. I would also not read too much into rankings. Again, like what's really important here is that this school is a good fit for you and you feel like you have the opportunities here to really excel and get a great education. Now, but again, it is what's important to you. So think about what's important to you and just keep in mind, try to find the school that best lines up with your values. In addition, once you have this list of schools that you think you might want to attend, there's some great ways to explore them. So online Rolodexes exist. I use College Prowler, and there's a lot of great ways to get stats and statistics and comparisons between them. Financially, there's also the net price calculator, which is mandatory to be had on colleges' web pages. You can also compare then financially how much will colleges are predicted to cost you. Once you have this list of schools that you think are interesting, exciting, look at the acceptance rates. Here you want to make sure that you have some reach schools that you really want to go to but are really hard to get into or might be a challenge to get into, and that's what they're called, reach schools, that you have to reach to get into. Match schools, these are schools that you think you can get into but are still might be a little challenging and you really like them. And then safety schools, these are schools that you really feel you are a strong applicant for, you think you can get into them. It's really important, just like in investing or anything, or like the old saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket, to split up your eggs and to have a diversified approach. Because the last thing you want to do is have everything in the reach schools, nothing works out, and then there you are. So really come in with a diversified strategy, a great way to hedge risk, and there you are. So let's just recap that because there's a lot. Deciding where you want to apply is one of the most important parts, but it's really an internal quest. Think about what you want out of college and find the college that suits that. To do that, you can go online. There's a lot of great resources that are available. And then once you have this list of schools, have a diversified portfolio, a diversified amount of risk between different schools so that you can have a varied and balanced approach to applying to college and to set foot on what will be an incredible academic adventure.